It is day 2, and we woke up, and it is smoky out. There's forest fires everywhere. So, if you can see behind me, there's the sun, nice and orange. So, it's about 7 o'clock, 7:20. Everybody's getting up and at 'em. So we're gonna try to get an early start, make up some miles, and hopefully get out of the smoke.
It was day 2 of our journey across Oregon and Idaho as we scouted for our 40-day trip next summer over the Oregon Trail. We had some miles to make up after yesterday's failed attempt to make it to the Dalles, Oregon, so we pushed on to our second day's destination, the historic John Day River.
We just got through this sweet section of trail, the last 50 miles or so, whatever it was today. Opened up this awesome clearing with all these power towers. And yeah, we got a lot of ground to cover, so we're going to keep pushing hard. This is going to be a little bit more interesting trip. We're going to be doing longer days. Great view. Going to have some food.
Coaxed Kobe off the electrical tower, had some lunch, and pushed on down the trail toward the Dalles. It was becoming clear that the miles on the trail were much slower than expected due to rough conditions, rerouting around closed trail, and private land.
We just got off some very gnarly downhill trail. Probably 4 miles of the most steep incline, rocky. It was not nice to our suspension. You know, every trail is different, every path is different, and we may fall short of our end goal in 10 days, getting through Idaho. The last 2 have been kind of slow because terrain gets a lot rougher. So we're gonna keep going. We just got to gravel again. Anyway, that's life. That's how it goes.
Or this cemetery right here.
Let's check it out.
As we traveled down Sawtooth Road near Wasco, Oregon, we stumbled upon Sunrise Cemetery. Established in 1897 by the Fulton family, the cemetery's first resident was Colonel James Fulton. Colonel Fulton was a pioneer and a leader in the nearby Wasco and Sherman counties. There are many areas nearby with the Fulton name on it, and quite a few of the headstones bear the same mark.
So as we're walking through this graveyard, one of the things that we came upon was all these symbols on, not all of them, but quite a few of these gravestones. Jesse thinks they're Freemasons, and so there's a few different ones. There's like a upside down star with some symbols in it, and then it looks like a drawing compass with a letter in it, so it must be a lot of Freemasons.
Distracted by the headstones, I nearly missed something not only out of place, but a little disturbing.
So Jesse, really quick, can you tell me why you're in a graveyard in your underwear?
Because it was really hot in the truck, and I didn't want to put the pants on, sorry. I was asking Mitch, do you think it's disrespectful to be half naked at a grave site?
Although still short of our overall goal, we were just shy of our day's destination, the John Day River. The change of scenery from rainforest to the rolling golden hills of Central Oregon brought us to miles of open fields and more windmills than we could count.
We are in an awesome field with all these amazing windmills.
Crazy finding this. I don't know if you can hear it or not, but up above us you can actually hear those blades coming around. Shh. Shh. As we left the windmills and rounded our final stretch of road, we stumbled straight into the footprints of the Oregon Trail pioneers as we drove through the trail's approximate location. We're going through an area right now that is where the actual Oregon Trail was.
A lot of the sojourners that came over from Independence, Missouri, they actually came through. So not necessarily this exact road that we're on, but this whole area right here that you can see.
Where the original Oregon Trail was. So it's just crazy to plan for this and then be in the area where those pioneers actually were. So it's kind of crazy. Oh, wait. Hey, hold on a second. This is a trail marker. Yeah. This rock over here is an Oregon Trail marker. This 76-inch lone basalt column was originally located nearby. It was moved onto the county road right off the way where it was broken by a road grader sometime prior to 1970. The significance and meaning of the inscriptions is unknown. However, it stands at the head grade leading to the Oregon Trail crossing of the John Day River at McDonald Ferry and near the fork to the Oregon Trail cutoff to the Barlow Road. Therefore, it may have been a signpost for stage and freight wagon drivers or the Oregon Trail immigrants. We had reached our day's goal and came upon the historic John Day River, and although it's not more than a creek now, many pioneers lost their lives here when conditions weren't so favorable. For over 40 years, the thousands of pioneers that made the journey crossed in this very spot before the completion of the railroad in 1884.
So it's the end of day 2. We're coming up on 6 o'clock, and we reached our destination for the day, the John Day River crossing. We got to meet some owners of the property that right where the trailhead comes down to what's now a creek, but at times is a river. And he was kind enough to let us pass through and kind of tell us some of the trails in the area. But this is a huge historical crossing for those that came on the Oregon Trail. Good day today. Day number 2 complete. We started out at Hood National Forest. We probably got about 100 miles today. It was kind of a finicky day as far as the trail goes. We came to like 2 or 3 different roads that had gates on them that put a little hiccup in our path. We had the mental goal to get to the John Day River crossing, which we did.
So day 2, we learned a lot. I think we had some unrealistic expectation in how many miles we're going to put on the trail. With trying to figure things out, it's a little bit slower. There was a little bit of reroute and a little bit more pavement than we would have anticipated, but that's part of what we're out here for, to prepare for next year. So
Today was amazing. Literally one of my dreams has been to go through a windmill farm, and that was one thing we did today. Just the scale of the windmills were huge, and they just went on for as far as you could see. It was really neat.
Well, day 2, second day as an official OTO team member. Wow, what a day. I don't even know where to start. Got to see an official Oregon Trail marker. They don't know quite if it belonged on the Oregon Trail, if it was just a rock, or if it was some sort of marker or whatever it was. But got to see that right here before we got to the river crossing, about a mile and a half up the road that way.
Today was probably one of the best days I've ever had overlanding. Haven't been doing it that long, but man, I can tell you, today's rocked. We saw some awesome wind farms. We crossed a freaking river. How awesome is that? We're here tracing the Oregon Trail, following history as it lies, and it's just awesome.
It's cool seeing the OTO guys kind of learning for their big trip. I think there's a lot of variety in kind of situations that we were in today that kind of helps prepare them for the big trip coming up next year.
another thing is we're just getting used to each other, getting used to the rigs, how they set up, break down, getting more efficient with that. But I'm enjoying the company of all the guys, and we're working together pretty well. So
Practice makes perfect. So really, all of what we're doing right now is just a preparation for next year's hopefully 40 journey through the Oregon Trail.
Can't wait till tomorrow. Yeah, let's heal out.
We swapped stories on the banks of the John Day River like many pioneers before us. Their tales of courage, triumph, and peril, all a testament to the spirit inside beckoning us towards the road less traveled.
But the fire went wild. I fell into a burning ring of fire. I went down. What's the ring of fire? What are you talking about?
It's when you eat a lot of spicy food. You got a ring of fire.
The ring of fire. The ring of fire.